The society we live in often see people who are eager for their dream as a delicious prey. Those people are interns. They are then deceived by the company to work with them unpaid with salaries they cannot resist. Status quo is very problematic. People continuously to fall on the scheme of this company as the decreases of their standard of living. Those companies are selling their names, stated that they can provide a better advantage than just a mere money. This house will not approve that kind of matter, not an inch. This house will ban the unpaid internship program and continuously fight for the better life of the people, which is in this motion are the interns. Our goal for today's debate is actually pretty simple, that we want this kind of program abolished from our system and will be overlooked by the government and ask for the consideration of our solution for this matter. Before moving on to my arguments, I would like to give some points of clarification that needed. There are total 6 points. First, that the subject in this motion can be all company regardless it is state-owned company or private company, and the victim of the object is in this motion are the interns that just graduated from high school or university or can be them who are still students. Second, that the unpaid internship that we will continuously mean into this debate is unpaid in form of money that can be stated as table money, pocket money, transportation money, and the others from the company. Third, it should be underlined that the ban that I mean for this debate is to ban the internship program that is problematic, not banning the whole company. Fourth, that the government will be the first party who will reach the unpaid internship that are happening. The internship will soon be banned after an investigation to make sure that the internship in the company is really unpaid or not. And if it is, then there will be a further investigation more to find the causes or the effects and the loss of the interns. With that, the governments can be able to analyze the behavior of the companies that is not appropriate to be a lesson in the future. Fifth, as for the loss of the interns during his internship days will be paid by the company at all costs, and that process will continuously be overlooked by the government. In this point, if the company is forced to bankrupt before they can pay off the interns, the government should cover up the expenses by all costs. The interns should gain what they lost from the very first beginning. The government will also provide solutions or place to those interns as soon as possible after the problematic internship program found to be true and in process of the ban. Moving on to the arguments, I, as the first speaker of the proposition team, will be bringing 2 points of arguments, which the first is why it is justifiable, and second, a further step of this house after we ban the unpaid internship program. First, point justification of this matter is basically that we want you guys to notice that internship program can be held as the will of the company. There are no party that can force the company to hold an internship program. It is happen as they want, as the company up to them. The moment the company choose to open this program, the company should make a space in their financial to pay those interns that will work in the company, regardless their intention is to seek for lessons, experience, or network, not to really work and achieve something for the company. But in this motion, from the very first beginning, the company had no intention at all to pay those interns. However, they still choose to help this program. This means that their true intention is not to help those interns to develop or to find a good potential people to then work on the company as the future leader or permanent employee, but they want to find a free laborers that want to learn and will be easy to manipulate it. From the very first beginning, all they have is an ill intention. If we try to take a look a little, then we can see that the company is the only party that will likely to get the advantage of the internship program that are unpaid. The company are the one who put a standard that the job applicants should at least have an experience in some certain period of time to require to apply job in the company. But for those who still are students and fresh graduates, of course, they don't have that kind of experience. To overcome that, the company then offer an internship program that promised them experience, lesson, and networks, also chance to actually work in the company after the internship is done. But all of the process to go there will be unpaid. The company not just get chance to find a great potential people to then work in the company, but also in the process of it, they can get a free labors for 2 or 3 years that can be used to do more project in the scheme of the experience, lesson, or network. Now, the opposite team will worry that we are too leaning to the value of money and we neglect the actual advantage for interns, which is to learn more. That worries will lead us to the second justification. B. Second justification. Panels. In every situation that I can imagine of this motion, the one who will suffer the most are those interns who don't have support or backup. They are alone. If we take a look of the status quo, they might coming to city to a city, big company from rural area might start their journey to make a big change or even want to make a great contribution for the country. But lack of experiences. Those people, although their main purpose is not for the money, still need money. In the process of internship, it will be very tough if they don't get a financial support. How can they actually learn and get something when they are trying to survive first from the poverty? And even if they can escape from it, maybe with taking a part-time job along with their internship program, their performance will be not as good as them who have financial support and just focusing in the internship program. Those people who live in poverty will have their minds separated because of problems from their environment and their goal to learn something from the internship. But if the unpaid internship is banned, those people will get a chance to actually work in decent or proper company that will help them in financial and will be continuously focused on the career, on their dream. Point C of justification. We will see the service effect that will be causes of this matter, so this motion is very justified. This will be an effect after the interns survive and done their internship program. Realize or not, the interns who are unpaid will be judging their self-worth low. They see themselves at the 0 point. So when one day they actually get into the world of work, they got a mountain of work with not a proper payment, they will just accept it. They likely will think that this is what they worth. From the very first step of the journey, which is internship, they are being destroyed, doctrined that money is not worth the hype. They continuously using some terms like experience or network to cover up their improper income and to defend the problematic company. In the end of the day, this will not go far from unemployment and the drop of standard of living. Second argument, panels. The justification that has been stated before already explained that the idea of unpaid internship will just advantage one side of party, which is the company, so that it will be bring harm to the interns. Therefore, this house will be ban unpaid internship, right? But this house will not just stop here. We actually are taking our lessons and looking for more safe and better way to get out from the situation where there can be where there can be an ill intention behind every internship program that being held. The solution is very simple actually, which is to have the government as a third party in the relation between the company and the interns. The opposing team might agree that this will be to intervene by the government, but we will set up that the government as the third party will not take part into how the internship will be held, but they will surely just oversee the program and make sure that it's going smoothly in the side of financial. The amount of payment itself will be regulated by the company, but to make sure the interns earn a decent income, the government as the third party will have a strict regulation that apply to all company in the country based on the area UMKM or anything that can ensure the right of the interns. For example, the amount of salary that is proper is 60 until 80% of the permanent employee's salary. That is the end of my argument. So proud to propose this motion. Thank you.